Yeah, I I've been sitting here on the Artfight website trying to decide on a character to draw for too long, but we're here. We're here. There's Lilac stream today. I'm only what 50 minutes late. Something about doing art streams gives me anxiety, and so pressing the start stream button is is it's a struggle. But we did it. We succeeded. Omega, hello! Pizza, hello! You're here for like bullying others in Artfight? I've started the Artfight wall. I have a nice printer, so I can just print stuff off and put it up on the wall. It's awesome. And I want to print off, like, I want to have a section for attacks that I have done, and then also defenses that people have sent me. But I need to ask people for the full res versions of things, and that involves messaging people, and that's scary. What's an Artfight? So Artfight, here, let's it's fine, we can just swatch over. So Artfight is a annual event in which a bunch of artists go on to the jankiestly constructed website of all time, and we just like, we post our OCs and characters and things, and then we draw fan art for each other. Yeah, it's where you punch people with paint. Yeah, basically. There's like an arbitrary point system that some people care about, but like, it's mostly just for funsies. I was all, yeah, so it was like, it was me fighting with my iPad, and then it was me trying to decide on a character to draw. And I've finally landed on one that I like. The struggle isn't finding a good character. The struggle is picking one of the thousands of good characters. And then also I'm trying to, it's like friendly fire is a thing. Different model, I guess I probably could set up tracking with my current setup and drawing. The problem is I'm constantly looking down. Like, this is peak shrimping Lilac. And so it's hard to have my tracking camera in a place that is going to not be weird. I guess I could probably just adjust my stand. Well, we'll see for next time. For today, we are PNG maxing. Wee. Solution is to have tracking camera on a drone and have it do trick shots. Oh, you're so right. No, the actual answer is have a head mount, but there's like one head mount that's available commercially that I guess I could just make my own, but it's expensive. Let's just get head shape first. Yeah, it's just gonna be chill stream. And we got tunes that will only be here and not in the VOD because something. DMC. We can't know the full extent of shrimping. This is true. If you shrimp too hard, you'll 360 degrees into good posture. You're so right. No, I actually did sleep weird last night, and so like my neck is doing the thing where I am locked. I am locked into one angle. I cannot look. I can No, I can look in the direction, but it's like if I turn my head in a direction, then I immediately feel it, and I'm like, ugh. I slept lucky. I've actually been sleeping so good. I can't tell you what I attribute it to. I've been trying to eat better, and that's probably it. How about this? I'm like, the other thing that you miss out on with how I draw is like no hand tracking, so you don't get to see me just like posing my hands in a million ways to try and figure out what direction things go in. I think this wraps around like more tightly. "360 degrees and walks the other way." Don't mind me crashing into you. Why aren't you letting me walk away? Yeah, I'm like, this character, they got like sea slug elements to them, and I like them a lot. Yeah, it just does a little twirl for funsies. Reading their description, it's just, yeah, I'm thinking maybe a model or singer or both. Where was it? Oh no, I thought there was another thing I read that was funny. It was good. It's just a mood. I have so many characters, but just I don't have any of them on paper except for Azel, and I still don't post Azel anywhere. Question: why do so many artists use gray background instead of white? I'm so glad you asked. The actual answer is that white. It's the main reason you want to be using neutral gray is that because color and values are so relative, if you're drawing on a white background, it's really hard to tell. One, it's less harsh on your eyes if you're using a gray, and then two, it's easier to tell your values apart when white is a highlight and not the default, if that makes sense. Me drawing a bunch of anatomy stuff that's gonna be covered up by clothing in 2 seconds. Woo! Wow, we value it. What valuable information? What valuable information? It's just I don't know. I only really swapped to using gray as like the default in my like personal art pretty recently. Like I'd argue within the past couple of months. But I find it makes my colors look better at the end. Gotta add her shorts so that Twitch doesn't bonk me. There we go. She has shorts now, Twitch. It's okay. Man, every once in a while I remember to the this isn't a time period in which I was streaming, but I probably would have just had to take the day off. The Twitch fucking artistic nudity mistake of whatever year that happened. Yeah, that was one of the days of all time. One of the Twitch exact decisions of all time. And like at the like on a conceptual basis, great change. In practice, they didn't define what that meant, and so Twitch just became a porn site for about 24 hours. Clear out a little bit before coming around, I think. Misogynist Twitch doesn't let women show leg day or day leg. I think leg's fine. It's like unironically one of the reasons why like I don't like drawing on Twitch, where it's like I usually come in with a sketch ready to go when I do art streams. Because it's like I don't know where the line is that Twitch gets angry. No, oh yeah, guys, I finally did it. I think the line is what you're drawing, yeah. But I finally was good streamer, and I exported all of my VODs to YouTube that were available and weren't already nuked to the void. I did it. Which also meant that I got to like look back at my VODs channel for the stuff that like I had uploaded before. And like it's very easy to go like, dang, I haven't and yay. It's very easy to go back and be like, yeah, I don't think I've like changed that much as a streamer over the years. I think it's like, all things considered, maybe it's just like the consistency in which I've streamed, where it's like, yeah, it feels almost the same as like back in the day. But then I look at an old VOD and I'm like, oh my god, I was a fucking baby. I knew nothing. I was a naive fool. But I was doing my best. It is very nice just being able to look back and be like, wow, I actually have improved over the years. One does not notice the erosion until a great canyon is formed. Proverb you made up. I think that's a good analogy, though. Like, hard to tell things apart with all of too many layers. Too many layers. There. And so this hand is the one that's over top. I can carve out a little bit. I do unironically think that one of the best things that has ever happened to like my illustration work, I'm like, there's something weird with leg. I need to fix leg. But like one of the best things that has happened to my illustration work is learning 3D modeling. I think I just have to bring in her leg on this side. If I just yeah, I just have like, I treat drawing more like sculpting now. which helps with like just being able to understand form and shapes and things, and especially lighting. And one day we will do the legendary karaoke stream, and it will be legendary. It's not today. I'm thinking about doing one in August. I'm thinking about doing karaoke stream in August for Kage Pro month. I might just do every Kage Pro song that I like. Seems like a good time to me. If you learned 4D modeling, you'd be basically Leonardo da Vinci. How is there 4D modeling software? How do I find this? How do I access this power? One of the things with Art Fight is like partially since being broke, and being in like dire financial state, but also just like a mixture of existing within capitalism, where there's a part of my brain which is like, I should not do art for people for free, and I'm trying to remove that part of my brain. I'm trying to delete it because like I just like drawing, and like seeing how people react to art that is gifted to them is just it's so precious. It's such a good feel. Yeah. If y'all haven't learned at this point, I'm not a very financially motivated person. Ugh. I just want to make cool thing, meet cool people, make cool thing with cool people. It's medium wear because you gotta talk to Ghost to get it. I gotta talk to Ghost to get the 4D modeling software. I just gotta go ahead. So what you're saying is I just have to launch Ghost Fortress, Dwarf Fortress. I've started playing Dwarf Fortress again off stream, and my fortress is going very good. Except for the fact that I can't for some reason there is just a bunch of dwarves that are currently deceased on the floor because of a Titan that showed up. And they, for some reason, refuse to put them in the burial sites. And so there's just ghosts all over the facility. And I've double checked. It's like, nope, the burial sites are empty. They're not assigned to anyone. People are allowed to pick up the people. I cannot figure out for the life of me what is wrong and why they refuse to move them. Ooh, who needs money when you get paid in exposure? Woo, exposure! Woo! Yeah. We truly do live in a society. I need to unbald her. Well, I guess I could do more emotes, because I like doing emotes. What's the lore on this OC? All of the lore that we have is, I'm thinking maybe a model or a singer or both. I think I might want to connect her to another character that this person has, and maybe lovers. So I think gay, question mark? Yuri? The lore might be Yuri, and I'm here for it. Yay! We love radical lesbianism! Woo! Yeah, shout out to the girls. It's nice having actual time to like spend doing art fight this year. I think, yeah, once this one is done, I will have completed more attacks this year in the first 4 days of art fight than every other year of art fight combined. The max I have done is I think, yeah, I've done 3 other attacks total, and this will be my 4th this week. And somebody did an attack of my Pokemon TTRPG character, and it was really sick, and I loved it. And I got to show it to the rest of my party. F5. Shout out to flipping the canvas. Well, my beloved. Flip tool, my beloved. Yeah, y'all get to see my process of doing like 3 different versions of line art. What class of art warrior am I? I think I'd be a wizard. I think it has to be some sort of caster class because of the amount of just layer effects that I use, which I think to some degree is wizardry in itself. Like, do I even understand how all of them work? Not fully. But part of my art journey has been learning that layer effects are not cheating. The L in Lilac stands for layers, basically. It's so weird, because, like, in theory, it's hard to define myself as, like, not a self-taught artist, because I did technically go to a school that taught art, even though art was not the focus. But I also wouldn't call myself self-taught at all, on the sense that I would rather call myself internet taught or YouTube taught. I was grinding YouTube tutorials as a child, and current me thanks them. I think it's part of the reason why, like, I conceptually cannot understand, like, gatekeeping techniques. Also, how to draw art books, I assume. I had, like, a how to draw Pokemon book. I don't think I actually had, like, the how to draw manga book. I definitely know, like, a friend of mine had it, but I don't have the iconic how to draw manga book, at least. I need to focus less on detail on this layer. She has a ring? She has a ring on this finger? Yeah, there's stripies, but most of those are gonna be obscured. Zipper. I don't really get to see the interior of the jacket, so I'm just gonna assume it's the same color as the layering they have on it. Add this stripe. There's another stripe that is mostly, yeah, it's just gonna be that part there. And then I can mirror that on this side. If I flip it, does it look normal? Yes, that's good. Yeah, another thing that, like, I get stuck in that I'm trying to unlearn is, like, I spend the entire day, this is less so because I do art for work now, but previously when at TCG shop job, it was like the entire day I'd be like, I want to draw. God, I can't wait to get home and draw. And then I'd get home and I'd be like, I'm so tired. And then I wouldn't do anything. Or it's like I wouldn't draw at work because it would feel like fun, and then I wouldn't draw at home because it felt like work. And it was this never-ending cycle of wanting to draw and then refusing to let my brain do it. And I would sit there and I'd be doom scrolling, and I'm like, well, I could be doing literally anything else and feeling guilty about it and trying not to feel guilty about it. Belly button. Oh, whoops, did I? Yeah, that's a tag that I tend to add, and then I forget to take it off when it's no longer relevant. Here, I can remove that. I can have 25 tags? That's so many. That's so many tags. I can add Splingo Sploingo tag. Do I need to do another sketch layer on this one? Probably don't. I might just like tidy up the face a bit. Let's fix the nose, because that I feel like should be moved just like a little bit. Bring this strand of hair out just like a little bit. At the cheek. I'll also do the thing where I just refine the face again later. Yeah, my secret is that my 3 sketch layers are actually secretly 4 sketch layers, because then I refine the line art on top of the color. I'll just connect those there. Yeah, my 2 best friends in art, it's the transparency brush and the lasso tool. Noses are banned in 49 countries. Not noses. I have to go find mine. It got stolen. Her ears are very interestingly shaped, and I want to make sure I got that right. It's like a little shorter. Just got this here, and then make that its own strand. I'll add more loose strands when we get to overpainting. The second L in lilac stands for line art. JK, the secret is I don't actually do line art. I decided I wouldn't even say that long ago that, like, man, the thing that stops me from finishing most pieces is I do not enjoy the line art process. I just don't, and I've tried for so long to convince my brain to let me do it, and I just can't. And so what I did is I just started refining sketches rather than doing line art, and that fixed me. I think that fixed my whole life, actually. Back. See, the second L in lilac stands for lack of line art. Something about, like, these strands of hair is bugging me, but I feel like I could just also fix it after. I think it's color time. Ooh, color time! The C in lilac stands for color. The moment you tab back, comes back another beckon hither. Do I still have coffee? I do still have coffee. Woo, coffee! I love coffee. Alrighty, let's see. Will it let me do the thing? Because I like doing the thing. But I think the line art's not quite thick enough. Wrong layer. Wrong layer, but actually that was better than I expected it to be. That worked less good. Wait, no, what? Why'd it stop? No, no. iPad. I need to get a new Apple Pencil because I technically broke mine. However, the Apple Pencil that I want to get is not compatible with my current iPad, so it's probably gonna be a we wait until I can save up for full upgrade. When I originally took it in to see if I could just get it repaired, they were like bewildered that it still works because I think I have a 2018 iPad. Is old. Can't believe saying 2018 is old. God, I didn't realize that it's like I've almost been out of grade school for longer than I was ever in grade school, and that is a bewildering statement for me. And it's like it's not even that crazy. It feels wrong. 2004 was 3 years ago. Yeah, it's crazy that it was whole 3 years ago at this point. It feels like it was yesterday. I also need to do the thing where I plan out backgrounds before I start drawing, because I never know what to do. I never know what to do with backgrounds. I need time. And lost again. Well, memory usage is increasing. Clip the layer. I also gotta clean up the clipping mask. It does a good job, but it's not perfect, especially if you're not using like clean line art. Anything with a bit of transparency gets a little muddled, and that's okay. We can fix it in post. Yeah, she's so cute. So cute. I love this design. Homos are close, but like the same. If I had to challenge someone to a duel, who would it be? My first thought was I really want to kick Rules Card's ass. That's not a real person. However, the desire is there. My boy, but like in a friendly way. Like I also he's also my boy. He's everyone's boy. But he does have a kickable ass. The inside of the sleeves is the dark purple, so useful information. Yeah, it's like, yeah. In the same way that Flowery has a punchable face, Affectionate. Rules card has a kickable ass. Affectionate. Yeah, artists are so cool. Or like the ability to do art is innately cool, I think. He's so purple. Yeah, he's very blue and very pink. And with like sprinkles of green in there, which we will get to. That's wrong color. And I do find it's funny because I think Yorushka is having like an event in Overwatch right now, and then so my friends were talking about it because they'd never heard of Yorushka, and I was like, oh, I know this person. Yeah, they do like cool music. I've been following like one of the two of the pair since they were a Vocaloid producer. To which they both went, of course they're a Vocaloid producer. You can like almost always tell, and I'm like, yeah, it's. If anyone was ever a Vocaloid producer, that's generally at least what people like look back and remember. Or they're like, oh yeah, it's this person. And then I think the only exception to this rule is Kenshi Yonezu, because he, one, became Peace Sign Guy, and then two, afterwards became Chainsaw Man Guy. All bangers though. Kenshi Yonezu is one of those people where if people like the openings he's made, I'm like, please go listen to his other stuff. Please. Please. He does such cool stuff all the time. Autistic King. Okay, every time I miss there's like a spot where I'm supposed to do a thing. Oh, necklace. Necklace is this purple. Oh, and a ring. I say as though I can't just like come back if I accidentally forget something. Who's your favorite music entity? It's really difficult to pin down. I think my favorite new creator from the past couple years is, it's another person in the Vocaloid sphere, but they go by A4 with a little symbol afterwards, and you can't search them unless you have the symbol. I think, what is their actual name? I have them on Spotify. I need to swap off of Spotify, speaking of. I look up. I know part of their name is Kanade something. Ugh. I'm not trying to self-gatekeep. Oh, I just missed a whole bun. That's what I'm missing. What? Elk, hello, welcome in. Thank you for raiding. We're doing art fight stuff today. We're chilling. Moo, welcome in. Here, let me get you a shout out. Wee. Art. Okay. Hello. Thank you for the follow. There we go. Already, everyone's in. Yeah, my name is Lalik. I play games here and also do art sometimes, and we are doing art fight. Wee. It is art fight time. It is that time of the year, and it's my first time like being genuinely able to participate, which is sick and a very pog, I think. Elk, if you would like to introduce yourself, go right ahead. I'm gonna, down here, I'm gonna use the same purple because I can't see inside her jacket, but I think that's the same as the sleeve. But yeah, if you have not heard of or participated in ArtFight before, basically what it is we get on once a year during July. We artists get on the internet and we go to the jankiest website of all time, which is artfight.com. It almost always collapses in on itself day one, which it adds this year is no exception to this. And then we just draw fan art for each other of each other's OCs, and it's cool. There's like an arbitrary point system to it, but for the most part, it's just about drawing cool art for people. Elk the Druid doing to a recent development. I go by she, her. You're an artist. RP. Wait, I wasn't aware of this recent development. Congrats. Congrats on girl. You're playing Fallout 1997. Oh, that like is that OG Fallout? I've not like people talk about like Fallout 3 onwards so often. It's so rare that I hear about Fallouts 1 and 2. But it's like I know they're very beloved. Another co-opted to the cause. The very first Fallout. No, it's like it's one that I'm interested in. Oh, oopsie. Which something's on the wrong layer, but it's okay. It's probably fine. This won't come back to bite me. Oh, I need this on this layer. Probably because it's a brutal isometric turn-based RPG that can rock your shit if you're unprepared. Yeah, that makes sense. No, I recently decided that it was time for me to go back and try a second time to learn Dwarf Fortress, and it's been going. My entire fortress is currently filled of ghosts that I, for some reason, because I have places to put the ghosts or their remains, but nobody wants to put them there, and I don't know why, because everything's set up correctly as far as I can tell. Oh, I missed a spot. That's where the message "moo" I say is a random encounter with some strange Brahmin. That's fun. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I love this song. No, is this one also? This one's, is it Ayase? No, it's not Ayase. Who's this one again? Natori. No, this is this playlist that I have on right now. It's called Share with the Class, and it's I as a person am I just very anxious and paranoid to share music I like, and so I just compiled a list of the ones that I'm like, it's a lot of mainstream stuff where I'm like, this is what I am comfortable sharing with people. You could yap and yap about Fallout just as a series. No, it's like I'm very interested in like older Fallout stuff. It seems like such an interest. I understand why the series went in a very different direction, but I'm also like, man, it could have been so cool to see where this like other timeline of the Fallout development could have gone. Is this music that Japanese city pop stuff? Yeah, it sure is. I want to fix. I drew line art in the wrong direction there. It's okay. It's okay. We can fix it. Why is this layer hidden? There's nothing on it. It doesn't need to be hidden. Are these filled in? Yeah, this will probably be one of the more detailed characters that I do during Art Fight. It's so easy to overcommit to it. But she's so cool. So cool. When you first heard it on Steam, you thought Baka Mitai might come on. One day we'll go back to. I know I promised Baka Mitai cover on stream many years ago, and it still has not come to fruition. To be fair, the conditions have not been met. It was Yakuza 0 we were playing, I think. That's the one it's from. In my defense, my wrist hurty. And that's the only excuse I have. I'll brighten up this layer a little bit. The seashell. You'll say you don't like 76, not because it's a bad game, you just don't like jive with multiplayer survival games. But yeah, a corporate buyout led to Fallout 3, which you have your problems or same with 4. And New Vegas as well. That's you know what? I think you're the first person that I've ever heard diss New Vegas. I've not played New Vegas, so I don't have my own like stance on it. But yeah, it's like if you don't like the open world survival genre, or not survival, but like Western RPG, I guess is the best descriptor of it. I'm trying to do all the things I normally do without rotating the canvas as much. You know, I'm fighting for my life over here. Oh, I forgot her earrings! No! Can't believe this. New Vegas is your favorite of the Fallouts, you will say, but the main problem comes with Bethesda engine and its performance. Yeah, that's fair. You dumbass thought the pearl string was a belt? It's like kind of a belt. It's like, if you think really hard about it, it's technically a belt. Yeah, let's fill in her eyes. There's no reference for what color her mouth is, but Bethesda is a government psyop. They did unionize. It's like the only game company I know to have successfully formed a union, unless that has changed. Almost. Do the whole thing? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's accurate. Oh yeah, yeah, it's her tail that also has this gradient. I may have made her too blue. She's like a very like powder blue. Blue. Oopsie. Put these on their own layer. Oh, wrong select tool. Paste. And this layer, because yeah, this is the one that edit. And brighten that up a little bit. I know. Why is this? Why? Oh, I know why. I made an error when doing these ones. That's okay. Where are they? Yes. That's why they look wrong in contrast. It's because I used the wrong gradient tool. Why are you blue? And like why do the insides look not contrasty enough? And it's because I was using the incorrect gradient tool. That would do it. I wanted foreground to background. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it's been an hour already. Almost break time. Which, what layer are you on? There you are. Yeah, I think. Edit fill. That's the one that I missed. And put on the wrong layer. I am in need of that quick BRB. Spine is screaming at me. I think she's still, yeah, I just made just a smidge too saturated. And the, am I missing anything else other than, oh, it's the seashells. I'm missing the seashells. Question, what does the SG and SG Lilac stands for? Pike is close. So, many moons ago, in the land far, far away, a, 13-year-old Lilac picked the name Star Gamer for their social media accounts. And it kind of, I changed it later on, but it did kind of stick. So it is just my cringe, 13-year-old username. Thumbs up! On microphone. I didn't do the microphone yet. Oh, this is also wrong. undo that as well by accident? That. Part of my brain is like, why didn't you do a third sketch? Why didn't you do a third sketch, Lilac? The line art is bugging you, and I'm like, yeah, it's bugging me a little bit, but it's fine. Make work first, make pretty after! Whee! I made these too bright. Don't question. Yeah, the lilac strat is just put down colors and then look at the reference, go, that's not right, and then shift them afterwards. 5-hour stream of drawing one with more billion sketches. I could just do a million sketches. At some point, you get diminishing returns. At some point. Oh, I think that's also... Because, like, a part of looking at, like, rough sketch is like, oh, right, this was a part of this, wasn't it? Yeah, sure was. Okay. Alrighty, we're about to hit ad time, so I'm gonna do my quick stretch, BRB, unshrimp for a minute, and we'll be back when ads are done. BRB! Damn, I died in the war? I can't believe it. When were you guys gonna tell me? Yeah, let's see. Is this good demonstration? Yeah. If this is the good example as to like why we draw in gray instead of on white, because like if you draw in white, this looks too dark. But if hypothetically we were putting a background on here, this is the correct. This is how neutral colors like neutral values color theory. Actually, before we get to shading it, let me clean up the mask just a little bit because it's a little messy. We can tidy that up. You got corn dogs. Yeah, it took you way too long to pick up on that. Yeah, I only really started. I mentioned this earlier on stream, but I only started drawing on gray in like my personal works recently, and I'm like, wow. People, the people who know what they're talking about know what they're talking about. No. Experts on their field aren't always just making stuff up, only some of the time. No! Aw, man. Come down. Oh. This can come down. No, maybe not. Maybe just. There's like a weird tangent there, but I think that's solvable. Oh, did you ever put the Fallout version of your PNG in the server? I forgot. I'm not uncertain. Well, weren't you do have cleavage because that's how boobs work? Yeah, that cleavage is fine. Everyone is following the rules. We are all adults here. Or in dumb Michael phone. She's in the server for later. I will check her out. I think it is shading time. Let me look up. Stage light reference. A blue light. We'll see. We'll see how much of that I get. Like a nice dark blue over the line art layer. Color burn, and it will. Yeah, I recently started using color burn instead of multiply for like shading and stuff, and I like the vibe it gives. A stage light seems to be, it's mostly a focus on like highlighting in front and above a person. So there will be cast shadows from the arms, but for now we're just blocking out where generally where light is gonna hit. And I'll add back cast shadows in a minute. And gosh, shading is magic. It sure is. Shout out to the lasso tool, my beloved. Oh, also speaking of this song, so for those who are not initiated yet, this song is from a series called Alien Stage, and now Alien Stage, it's a series of music videos on YouTube, co-produced by Vivinos and Qmeng, I think is her girlfriend's username. I could be pronouncing either of those wrong, but basically it's Singing with the Stars, but hosted by aliens, performed by humans, and if you lose, you die. That's the overhead. And then what's the series good? If you like your media with like a sprinkle of emotional devastation, I absolutely can recommend it. It's harder now, or not harder. That's not the thing I'm looking for. It's like, it probably won't hit as hard now because we've been watching this series come out in real time for the past 3 years. And so people had a lot of time to get attached to the main cast. Start that one. Cast shadow. And then cast shadow. So this is actually going to be much lower. Yeah, nothing really beats watching thousands of people in chat take psychic damage in real time. You tried the auto shade once and it worked that once, and then other times it was kind of, yeah, it's like auto shade, it's another, yeah, is it an AI tool? I don't know if it's an AI tool, because I think it was around before. Yeah, it was fun to mess around with, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm never gonna use it. Because yeah, exactly, it's, you lose so much control over what you're doing. Like that and the auto color feature in Clip Studio, it's like, yeah, it's there. It's cool. It's cool that it exists. Unless it is an AI tool, in which case it's stinky. What's it? Oh yeah, what was it? I think I talked about this before because I've already swapped over to just doing this in OBS instead, but if you notice that my like color adjustment is slightly different than it was like a week ago, I was scrolling through my emails and then I noticed a email about a Patreon post about Shoost and how the creator had an AI quote unquote interview him, and I was like, that's kind of sus. And like, you know, Shoost is not a free application. It is a paid application. You're supposed to be subscribed if you're using it. And so I was very clear with the developer, and I was like, hey, this is upsetting. I'm disappointed that you'd be using this for this purpose when you could have just done a regular Q&A. Like, there's no reason you couldn't have just asked your audience for questions. And two, now it brings into question whether you used AI to develop the software. To which their answer was, he did not use it for image generation for the software. And I'm like, awesome, this isn't an image software. This is a compositing software. And so I asked him directly, it's like, so, code, question mark? Because that is the very obvious thing that was missing, and he refused to respond or elaborate. So I am no longer using Shoost. Yeah, and it's like, I made a post on Blue Sky trying to inform people. It did not go very far, and that's fair. And like, I don't want to make a big fuss about this regardless, but I do want people to know what they're paying for, because I sure didn't, and I've given this guy a lot of money. Yeah, it's like, it's one thing to be using it, and then it's another thing to be using it and then very deliberately trying to hide the fact that you are when asked about it. It just feels like an admission of guilt. It's weird. Don't worry, Chad has the pitchforks and torches ready. No, don't go harass the guy. It's fine. At the end of the day, I found an alternative very quickly. Flux Labs. She's another VTuber, or they're another VTuber that does awesome tutorials on like stuff, and they have a tutorial for setting up like a very similar effect in just OBS. And so I set it up, and it was like, wow, that took like 30 minutes. Twitch mother. Remember, kids, AI data centers often have, yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. For legal reasons, I will. Yeah. Yeah. We sure live in times. Which is like, I like that things like Art Fight still exist, because it's like, yeah, we're doing things for the love of the game. We're doing it for the love of the game, and there's still people out there who are doing things to just bring a little extra whimsy into the world, and I think that is awesome. I am always here to try and bring a little whimsy instead of exasperating current issues. I think, yeah, that was one of the craziest conversations that I had. Was it was at a game dev meetup that I went to, and it was another artist I was speaking to. I think I've talked about this before as well. But you know, it was a normal conversation, like up to a point where it was just like, yeah, you know, trying to get back into industry, AI kind of blew everything out of the water, but like, you know, people still want to make games, people still want to make cool stuff, and make cool experiences for people. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. And so we go back and forth, and it's like, he starts phrasing things because he's talking about the project he's working on, and like, you can just tell that he's testing the waters as to my reaction when he's like, yeah, you know, just because of like the, you know, God, I can't even like think of how to emulate how he's leading into this. It's one of those things, you know where the conversation is going. And he's like, yeah, we will be using AI for voice acting. And I'm like, awesome, you have absolutely lost me. You've lost any interest I had in you and your project. And it, like, his reasoning was so bizarre, because it was like, yeah, well, Larian Studios is gonna be using it. Like, how are we supposed to like compete and keep up if, you know, blah blah blah. I'm just being realistic. I'm like, bro, you're not being realistic. You're not competing with Larian. What, are you crazy? Like, what? Like, yes, in the grand scheme of things, you are competing with Larian Studios. You are indie baby. You are indie baby. Larian can get away with it because Larian has like an established fan base that will buy their games no matter what. It's like, do I agree with their decisions to be using AI and like their concept art and development? No, not at all. I don't. Do I understand that's like the reality for that is that people are gonna buy their stuff anyway? Yes. That doesn't mean that I get to use AI in my stuff because they're doing it. Like, it was a solid, just like, obviously you just don't know any voice actors and also don't know your own target demographic because he was trying to develop like a story-based, like, you know, visual novel style game with a lot of emotional depth. And I'm like, awesome. Can you guess what player base is going to boycott your product because it has AI in it? That exact audience. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. How's new jobish going? Newish job going? It's going pretty good. I am enjoying what I'm doing on it. There's lots of... We're making cool stuff. And as soon as I'm allowed to say literally anything about it, I'm so stoked. Here, let's have some specular highlights on these as well. Eyes aren't the only things that get to be shiny. I think she's also just like a little shiny herself. A kid's lemonade stand needs an orphan crushing machine to compete with Dole. Yeah, exactly. That's the exact vibe. I could not have phrased it better myself. Ugh. Alrighty, I think that's good for that layer there. Let's blur just or blend like just a little bit here. And we got highlight. Bring this down. Meow meow meow. Overlay. Overlay layer, my beloved. I don't mind going a little crazy mode with it because harsh light. Tone it down like a smidge, but here, and then for shadows. Doing anything? It's doing a little something. No, you don't understand. We need the child labor, because how are we supposed to compete with Amazon? Yeah. You know, it's just I don't understand. I think more than anything, I just don't get the I got mine mentality. Because like outside of that, same person was like, yeah, I hate AI, I hate what it's done. It's like stolen my work, blah blah blah. But then I'm fully willing to do it to another discipline because I do not respect it. Like my discipline is more respectable than yours, and I'm like, Right. No, I remember why I brought this up. I was like, I feel like I was going somewhere with this. Right. Another thing that he said is that he didn't get into art to get into politics, because or like, we're game dev to get into politics because blah blah blah. And I'm like, if you don't want to have any involvement in politics, then my God, you chose the wrong discipline. At the end of the day, no matter what, all art is political. Even like the weirdest meme you've seen online, like you can trace it back to some belief that that person holds. And if you're not willing to stand up for your beliefs, then why are you doing art? Yeah. Yeah, you can literally cannot be human without politics. Yeah, it's I don't know. It feels very just like again, just like the I got mine mentality where it, there's an amount of self-importance there that I disrespect. Yeah, if you don't care to learn enough about another discipline to understand like the complexities of it, then you don't deserve to steal it from them. think think for where's the line art? Here's the line art. I think for this one, we're gonna turn down the line art a lot and basically just like redo it on top of it. That is me. And also, you're just shooting yourself in the foot for like if you do. Part of it, yeah, his mentality was like, yeah, if we had the money to do it, we would, but we don't, so we're not gonna. And I'm like, oh, then just don't have voice acting, easy, or do it yourself. There's the two solutions. Hello, welcome in. Those are the two like easy solutions. And then option number 3 is, yeah, if you want to do voice acting in the future, don't do that because you're just no voice actor is gonna want to work with you. It'll be lurking since the start. Anyway, you were showing a new anime season. Hell yeah, what you watching this season? I need to like start watching more things again. Now that I have the extra time to, I want to fill my doom scrolling time with like actually consuming media of value. Not to say that like, you know, no shorts content can have value, but like y'all know what I mean. Still releasing, so unsure yet? Okay. My partner decided that he wanted to watch the first episode of Chain Smoking Cat. And so we did that, and just so many warnings if you get no warning. Like, that series is exactly what it probably sounds like. And you just have to kind of accept what you're there for, and it's such a. I want to describe what it cold opens into, but if you can't stand like the first like minute of it, then it's probably not for you. But also like it's so ridiculous. Oh hell yeah, I love Chainsmoking Cat. She's literally me for real. I'm like, I look at Chainsmoking Cat. I'm like, it could be so much worse. It could be. You know what? Maybe I'm not doing so bad. Maybe I'm doing okay. Mm. No, no. We need the old line art in there to help balance things. Lock in for a minute. Let me see. Let's grab that blue. There was one today you were really excited for, that being Magical Lyrical Nanoha Exceeds Gunblaze Vengeance. What a name! Nanoha was one of your first animes after it released in 2004. My first anime ever was Fruits Basket, and I need to finish watching the re-release because it was real good. Oh no, come back. I will have this be a multiply layer. Multiply, lower the opacity. No opacity lowering here. Normally refining line art is something I'd save till later, but it's bugging me. Guys, it's bugging me. Thank you for the posture check. Oh, wow. Ow, ow. I need to fix my neck. I just need to clean up this. I am under the time limit. That is my iPad's battery, so we'll see how far we get into this today. First 5 anime were Nanoha, Cardcaptor Sakura, Fruits Basket, Evangelion, and Shugokata. Mine were, let's see if I remember. It's probably not in this exact order, but the 5 that I think I attribute to like my oldest memories of watching anime were Fruits Basket was number 1. Fruits Basket was number 1, and then somewhere in there was Ouran High School Host Club. A classic early 2000s. Well, not early 2000s. I think that was 2010s. And then, so yeah, it was Fruits Basket, Ouran. Soul Eater is up there in terms of ones I saw really early. Yeah, Ouran High School Host Club mention. Yeah! Meow. Yeah, Ouran was awesome. It is not. Some parts of Ouran have not aged very well. Let me be clear. Some of them not. But no, it's like my memories of that show are like being like somebody who I don't struggle with gender. I succeed at it. But yeah, as somebody who like it came to the realization like much later that gender question mark something it's hard to for me it's hard to talk about gender because like I would, if I had to describe myself, I would just say gender apathetic. I do not want it. I do not wish to engage with it. I'm so happy for everyone who likes their genders, and I'm just like, I would like mine to be gone. Either be gone or have all of them, some mixture of those. And then, yeah, so Soul Eater, Hetalia's on there. I did not engage with the Hetalia fandom at all, and I do not like to generalize fandoms very much, but the Hetalia fandom does have a reputation for a reason, and I'm glad that I didn't engage with it at the age that I was when that was happening. Yeah, everything you learned about Hetalia, you learned from gifts from friends. Hetalia is truly one of the shows of all time. Like, there is, genuinely, like, stuff to be learned from that show. It is not just shitposts and memes. However, it's a lot of shitposts and memes. Yeah. We're on the right track somehow, somewhere here, but also I feel like we're doing too thin. If I increase the brush size just like a little bit. Maybe it's just too dark. If I lighten it just like... Yeah. You know what fandom scared me or scarred me back in the that you were part of back in the day? Black Butler. I can see that. I can very much see that. I enjoyed Black Butler. I never finished it though. There's a lot of anime that I do have like fond memory of that I just never actually completed. So yeah, it's like Black Butler is one of them. Death Note I also never finished. I know exactly what episode I left off on, and to some extent I'm like, you know what? That was a fine spot. That was a fine spot to end. I'm sure some people can guess. Finger, knuckle lands there, and then... Oh, no, wait. Yeah. Okay, no, knuckle here, because that is the other hand. Knuckle, One fandom that definitely had the chance to scar me, but like I got out pretty scot-free, was the My Hero Academia fandom. That one had a chance. Apparently there was a Italia fandomite that really liked Canada. Oh, I did hear about this. Yeah. I watched the Strange Aeons video where this person confessed. Yeah, there was a Italia fandomite who really liked Canada, and so ended up getting like hired on to city council or something as their like Hetalia OC, and like just it was never checked that this person like existed. And so yeah, they got too far, and then at some point it almost got revealed, and so they just like left. There was a strange, the Strange video, Aeon's confessions video from recently talks about it. That was so funny. No, the reason why My Hero had the potential to like leave me scarred for life is not because of the show itself, but because it was the only fandom that I actively engaged with on Amino. If you guys know what that app was, it might still be around. I had forgotten about Amino till pretty recently. I think it was brought up in the Strange Aeon video I was just talking about. And yeah, so I was in a My Hero, it wasn't a roleplay group, but it was like it was a fan art group where everyone like made a character, and there was like a challenge that we did weekly, that we had to like draw our character in the theme of Amino. And so I got into this group. There was like a whole application process and everything, and I don't remember. It died out pretty quick. But this group, for the brief amount of time it was around for, I remember one of the people in the group talking about how they were like ERPing with people, and then they found out afterwards that like one of the people that they were ERPing with was a minor. That was crazy. Yeah, and then I just drifted and never engaged with another group like that ever again. And you know what? That's probably for the best. Yeah. Oh, it's been shut down completely now. That's good. That's probably for the best. Yeah, the only anime you've ever finished. Sorry, this makes you feel old. Oh, it's what I think. The fact that Pokemon X and Y was released like a decade ago makes me feel old. Bocchi the Rock Dungeon Meshi, VTuber Legend. I forgot that was a thing. Spy Family, 100 Girlfriends, Ghost Stories, Secrets of the Silent Witch, and Naruto. Naruto is a big one to have completed, though. It's like, Bocchi is short. Bocchi's like very, very short. Having actually completed Naruto, filler list or otherwise, that's an accomplishment. Yeah, because I also watched Naruto. Because I really enjoyed Naruto. I went in, this was already after Naruto had kind of had the reputation of being like the anime, to the point where like people were kind of disillusioned with it. I think Naruto still holds up pretty well, outside of all of the garbage filler. Yeah, outside of garbage filler, Naruto holds up pretty dang well. But I never finished it. And you were like, you might be thinking, oh, I wonder how far you made it, you know, where you left off. I left it off in the middle of the final arc of the anime. I was like, I want to say less than 10 episodes away from finishing it. And then I dropped it. And the reason being is because I broke my foot. I broke my foot. And so I had been watching it with a friend on my computer, and my computer at the time was in my family's basement, and suddenly stairs were really hard to go down, and so we just stopped watching it because I couldn't go down the stairs. That was a truly a time in my life. Yeah, I slipped down those very same stairs. Yeah, average amino activities. Bocchi the Rock did incalculable damage to the T-Girl ecosystem. I could also see that. Oh, it's got 3. I only drew 2, but it's got 3. Hydrate. I do have a bottle. Wawa. It's not just coffee. I promise. You know, I finished my coffee earlier, and then I'm like, there's part of me, I'm like, oh, I would really like to go for coffee too, but I also I can't make coffee midstream. It takes too long. Okay, I think that's a good spot to leave that at for now. And now I'm going to do the thing where I clean up some lines just by painting over stuff. This color, these especially, kind of got lost in the sauce. A lot of sketchy lines in the face that didn't get got. Some extra floofy strands. Dang, it has a 10-minute cooldown. You can't drown me. I came prepared, and by prepared, I mean my brother has done this before. My brother has done this before, and so I had to I had to put a limit on it. Yeah, you can blame Brother Lilac. Something something souls are finite. Little bit wee. Another game that like I keep attempting to get into, and so there's been new attempts in the past like week or so. We have Fear and Hunger is really hard. Fear and Hunger is such a hard game, and I want to understand it. I want to lock in. I want to get it. If I ever want to play it on stream, I do have to mod it. I don't think that's one I'd ever play on stream. Not currently. It kind of falls into the same pitfall as Look Outside, where it's like there's stuff in this game that I love this game, and I think there's so much cool stuff here, but it's hard to sell to people because of the content matter, and I also don't want to subject people to things that they're not willing to, and then also a significant portion of the people here are not comfy with it, so I'm like, okay. Yeah, a lot of this stuff on here is supposed to be glittery. I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna render that out. Sparkles. Color. Want to grab that? Ah! I'm hitting my Apple Pencil on the microphone. The microphone. Also, playing music on stream means I get to subject people to Kaguru Project, which is one of the pieces of media that changed my life for better, for worse. No, I'd say Kage Pro holds up. I love the series, and it just upsets me that the original creator both like didn't see a lot of success from it, or no, that's not true. That's the wrong way to word that. The company that he sold the rights to they suck. And they hold the IP over his head and won't let him do anything with it. The original creator, awesome. They're also the person that canonically gave us like Transmiku and Pokemon. So for that alone, W. Okay, I need to figure out what I'm doing with this shirt as well, because I think this line's too harsh. Let's just repaint this whole shirt. I think if I just... This whole chunk should probably be white, and then there's this wraparound, so there's a little bit of an angle there. We can maybe use like this blue for another. Yeah. It still just feels like it's weirdly trying to like connect into here. I think maybe if I just have that there, maybe. By the way, many people are freaking out over one anime announced recently. Is it Alien Stage, which I was talking about earlier, but then also forgot to finish the reason why I was talking about it in the first place? Because I am very, very curious about the Alien Stage anime. I don't know if I'm cautiously optimistic or like how I feel about it yet. Because it's one that I'm like, yeah, please get the adaptation correct. We're getting anime adaptation for Alien Stage. Also, I know I'm like, I really want to be excited for it, but I'm also like, guys, please, you gotta do this one good. You gotta do this one good. It's very important. I love Alien Stage. I love Alien Stage so much. I was there for for Cure. I was there for Blink now. I've been there since the start. I was there live for those two, and then I've kept up with the series since it very started. What? They gotta do it good. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. And I'm excited for it to be brought to a larger audience. Because, my golly, does it deserve it. I'm mixed on Alien, or not. No, I'm not mixed on Alien stage. I'm very, very solid in my stance on Alien stage. I'm mixed on Zombie stage right now. I think the reason I'm mixed is I think it should just be a different cast of characters rather than an AU, and I understand why they're doing it as an AU. But at the same time, I think it does kind of diminish the events of the main series. Not the events, but like, I think it diminishes like the character deaths by just being like, oh, now we get to see them in a new set. I say that, and then I'm also gonna play Danganronpa 2x4. I maybe in my brain it's just like it's just too soon. Might be what it is. But also the first episode was really good, so I don't know what I'm talking about. The first episode of Zombie Stage was really good, and so I can't hark on it too much. The Yaoi webtoon, Here You Are, is also getting an anime. Ooh, I haven't read webtoons in a long time. I used to read them very, very regularly. Something's bugging me. Here. I think I know. And if I... No, that's not wrong way. Clip Studio! Clip Studio, are you okay? It's fighting for its life. I will see for next time if I can get a different... Because, yeah, I was fighting with it beforehand. Because my iPad should be able to support a much higher resolution than it is currently exporting at. And I was fighting with it before stream to see if I can get it to work. I think it's just the cable I'm using. So I needed to get a new, like, adapter for it anyway. I think for next Art Fight stream, we should be able to have this displayed at a higher resolution as well. And also, fingers crossed, the correct ratio as well, because it's supposed to be able to adapt to screen ratio. But that might just be like an HDMI versus DisplayPort thing. Merkielajo, I'm trying to pronounce that, is also getting an anime. I've not heard of this one. I've not heard of this one at all. Maybe pupil shape. Clip Studio, it's fighting for its life. What if I just like paint over the eye entirely, then maybe I get it to look how I want. To do this, I'm going to at least temporarily remove that bit, and then Yeah, I think I like this better. I think this works for my brain more. This is one of these songs that this is one of those songs that just reminds me of a very like distinct part of my life, and so like every time I hear it, I have flashbacks to like living conditions. It's such a good song, but I was in whack living conditions at the time that this came out. It was also like mid-COVID, from what I remember. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. Yep. Well, we are about to hit ad time. I think I'm like I want to keep doing this on stream, but my iPad's also about to die. Because from what my experience with this iPad is that 100% is 100%, 90% is 100%, 30% is 10%. Let's bring up some of those spots there. But we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with this one. Likewise, you have some videos that remind you of completely different games because you had them in the background. Yeah. No, there's a what's it? The song Kyukurarin, which is another. I think it's Spy Eos. No, I can't remember their name. But Kyukurarin, it reminds me of Cookie Clicker, and I don't know how to erase the association with Cookie Clicker from my brain. Basically, Mercy is a Yuri action about a lesbian serial killer woman who avoids death by becoming the state-sanctioned executioner with a sidekick. I think I've heard about this. Wait. I think I have heard about this. Yeah, we're getting some. I've heard that. I've yet to read Green Yuri, but Green Yuri is getting an adaptation. That's sick. There's so many cool things coming out. I'm like, yeah, I want to stream more art so I can show people my process, and then the process in question. All over the place. I need to. Okay, so how am I gonna do glitter? For glitter, let's. There's like a slight shadow here for where the button connects, so I'll just do that real quick. Similarly on this side. Oh, too big. Brush too big. Alrighty. Oh, and I know what it's missing. I know one thing that's missing. Blue. I want this to be a multiplayer layer, probably. Wait, huh? Huh? No, not dark enough. Let's see. Here, delete. Sure, yeah. Let's have it be multiply. Amount of subsurface scattering. Oh, we're in ads. Yeah, I'll still do my BRB. I'll do my BRB. We'll be back for a little bit longer, and then we shall figure out who to raid. Be back in a bit. I'm back. All right, subsurface scattering time, kind of. Not all of it. Though there will be more. Which is to say, a little bit of blush. Around the eyeballs, a little bit on the nose, the cheeks. Alicia's back! I've returned. And do I want like yeah, a little bit. I do a little bit. Just a little bit to texture. Wee. Oh, I know what. I know one thing that's been bugging me that's missing. I forgot to give her lips. Just a little bit. Just a smidge to indicate that they are there. There we are. She's so blue with it. Yeah. And I'm gonna also do another layer on top there, where I'm going to. She got funky eyeshadow, and I do want to show that off a little bit. Oopsie, wrong select. I love Kage Pro. What an awesome series. I should do something for Kage Pro month this year. I always think I'm gonna, and then I never get around to it, and then August just comes and goes, as it tends to do. It's like a darker, like purpley blue near the edges. Yeah, and then it's more of like a tealy green. There. Blur the edges so it blends in a little bit better. Whee! And the lighting around is probably gonna be more teal. Let's do my hair highlighties because it's filling all of my sequins. It's fun doing like stuff in color palettes that you're not used to, because then you're like, yeah, surely I know how to do this, and then you get around to it and you're like, oh, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. With shapes you're unfamiliar with. All the stuff you're unfamiliar with. And you're like, well, and that's how you learn. Yeah, step 1 for karaoke stream. Make it so that my audio is in time with my voice, because I know when I'm humming to stuff, it sure ain't. Come back, color. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, that's probably good on its own. Then I'll add. There's gonna be like a little bit. Maybe I add rim light after. We shall see. The one thing that's bugging me right now is this eyebrow lines up with the highlight, and I keep thinking that there's highlight. I forgot I missed to erase. I'll fix that. Fix it in post. I really like the space buns. They're fun. I hope one day that Jin gets the rights to his stuff back, because he deserves it. What an awesome creator. Yeah, being in like the original Kage Pro fandom when stuff was coming out, because I think there's other series that have tried to emulate it. Like there was what was the there was a school one that had some like fun songs that took off, but it also got an anime, and the anime wasn't very good. And then there was another one where I'm talking about specifically like series of Vocaloid songs that then got translated into anime eventually. I think Honeyworks is another one. Honeyworks was pretty successful, but it was a very different vibe. Honeyworks was a very, very different vibe than Kage Pro. Alien Stage, I think, is the closest anyone's gotten since Kage Pro happened originally. Oh, I am transparent this way. I think we get rid of this for now. I'll just hand paint that without the overlay layer. I'm like, yeah, just having to be subtle is probably good. Clear. I'll use this as the selection. Downslight time. I have new layer, right? No, I do not. That's just like not gonna end up with a thing. Oh, clear. Meow. 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 And for the inside of the sleeves too. Are you gonna be doing a background for it? Not on stream. I'll try and come up with something. Again, I do the thing where I don't plan out backgrounds ahead of time, and then I'm like, what do I do? So it'll probably be something pretty simple. Because like my original idea for the lighting was to have it be stage lights, but also I think this is like close enough to my normal lighting that I could just get away with it not being. The solution is to contact Eugene Background Man for the back daily deal. I'm so bad with backgrounds. It's one of the like I practice them every once in a while, and then I fall back into my habit of like you just have to plan them out ahead of time, I think, and I don't. And it's like, it's fine when I'm doing stuff like stickers, because you have it be transparent. Oh! Never mind. I thought that was a different thing. You can't see where my mouse is, but like how do I point to this? I can't point to it. Where next to the color wheel, like right here, where like the color is shown, right? I'm clicking on it. The little circle in the bottom left of this used to be a square, and then they changed it one day, and I don't know why they changed it, but it's no longer a square. Why would they? What did they mean by this? What did Clip Studio mean by this? This is also one of my favorite, like, older Kenshi Inazu songs. Ah! I'll have to texture the microphone as well. I want to decorate the microphone a little bit. The microphone is the only thing in here where I don't have a design for it. Available to me. We're doing this one. But it's a little darker. It'll color pick its own thing. Clean up the area around these as well, just a little bit. For these, actually. I'll give them their own darker shadow that matches that. Doesn't matter too much that it's the same color, and then bounce light. Now they're shiny. Whereas our evil and filled up with malice, of course, but they changed it. But change. It's scary. One thing that I normally do, I still forgot our earrings. It's okay, I can pin those on. I probably should have done this at an earlier stage. See if I can still get a effect similar to what I do. If not, it's fine. This to, I guess, multiply, and then how big is my brush? I will have it at least, where's the highlight layer? Yeah, below that. Yeah, I like having that there. It's just to differentiate the face from the rest of the body. And then after this layer, you know, another just normal layer. Very lightly airbrush. Especially the pink areas, just like a very light brushing. Change is also evil. That's why you call it Reformation, which is entirely different. Of course, of course. You're just a smidge. I gotta get back on recording shorts. I'm still like ahead for like another week or two. It's I wish I don't hate doing video content. I just wish it was an option and not a necessity to do content stuff online. I wish I had the choice. Even though I enjoy doing video editing. Posture check, thank you. I needed that. Oh, my spine just cracked in like 5 different spots. Hello, Don Quixote. Okay. Time for one of the things I've been avoiding. Glitter! Like, I'm trying to think, I think the strat is glitter everything. Glitter everything. And then I will mask out the stuff that I did. Oh, is it this? Let's see. Okay, particle density. That's 2 spray deviation. They're still too concentrated on the one spot. Particle size, we can shrink down a whole lot. Too small. And then, yeah, because like everything has like a little bit of glitter except for skin and certain parts of the clothes. I think we just even the hair.